Hello, my gorgeous group ones. Welcome to your reading. Thank you for joining me here today for this reading. Today's reading is going to be about your reputation, okay? I saw a reader, I've done this topic before, okay? But I saw a reader do it in a way that was so cute. So basically, she did it with your, of course, the general reputation, then your reputation at work, then your reputation in love, and stuff like that. I wanted to put my own spin on it, and I feel like I've done this reading on my other channel, but it's called Your Reputation in the Streets, okay, versus in the sheets. So how are you, how do people view you outside of the bedroom versus how people who have gotten you in the bedroom view you, okay? So I thought this would be fun, a little spicy, okay? And I needed this. Okay, so let's get into it, okay? We're going to start with the reputation in the streets, which will contain, general view and then your work persona. So stuff like that. Already proving difficult. Maybe people could say you're hard to work with. Or hard to work for, because you see the cards acting up. They were not acting up a few seconds ago when I was shuffling off camera. So, group one, please, Spirit, what is the reputation in these streets, okay? So, their general reputation, give us some cards for their general reputation. I want to say genuine. So, maybe you're considered genuine, a genuine person. Group one, please, Spirit, my group ones. What is their reputation in these streets? Okay. What is your reputation in these streets? How do people view them generally? Or overall, I guess you could say. What is their overall reputation? That was the word. We have devil, the devil. You're a troublemaker. I'm trouble now. So maybe your persona is kind of like giving a little bit of a rebel. It's giving Pink in her, youthful days where she was definitely, hard to tame, hard to wrangle up, just, she came from like a rough background. So that could be something you're seen as, a little bit like a rebel. You came from a hard life, that kind of thing. It's hard to kind of tame you, essentially. So you can't be tamed. The devil's also like, you're really sexy. We have the world coming through here. That also reiterates the fact that you have a lot of attention on you. We have two major arcanas, okay? The world can come through as someone who is quite accomplished, someone who is well-traveled, okay? Someone who is accomplished as well. The world is also represented by the fixed sign, so you could be someone who is quite stubborn, or when you set your mind to something, it doesn't matter what gets in your way, it's gonna come to fruition, right? So that's a part of that stubbornness that's coming through for you guys, like whether it's a good thing or a bad thing. When it's a good thing, you get things done. When it's a bad thing, people can't get through to you or change your mind or get you to do something they want you to do. So you have like a very strong mind when your mind is made up, My mind's made up, but take me back to San Francisco. I know that song is coming through just because the words came through, honestly, but it could have some significance. Maybe you're known from being from the West Coast, the Bay Area, I believe that's San Francisco. I don't know. A lot of girls know. But that's San Francisco by Now Horn, in case anybody was wondering. I guess good things happen, so that he wants to go back to San Francisco. Or maybe something bad happened and he wants to go back to when things were good in San Francisco. I don't know what that's about. But can we get one more card, please, for their general overview of their reputation, please? How are people perceiving them out here in these streets? Okay. How are people perceiving them out here in these streets? I don't know. It's taking a while for the cards to come out. Interesting. So maybe you're a hard nut to crack. I mean, some hard person to pin down. Maybe because you're always traveling and going places, it's hard for people to know, to like keep tabs on you. And at the bottom, we have the Tower. So yeah, you're a little rowdy, I would say. Because I was hearing the rowdy rough boys from the Powerpuff Girls. So it's like they were just like, real big troublemakers. Okay, so people consider you a troublemaker. And just the way she is sitting here, laid back, all things bare, not really much on her is covered, like she's an open book. The devil can also represent a little bit of toxicity, or people have a general like negative opinion towards you because you live your life so openly and freely. This is giving me, what is it called? Katy Perry, when she first came out and her song California Girls went, viral, and she was like squirting whipped cream out of her, her yitties she like locked them on and like was like, she was crazy. And she's from California. You're giving crazy California girl. Like, but like in the way where you just live so wildly and freely, you don't really care what people think. And I do believe in California, not anything goes, but they're known for like being very chill and laid back and just like not really taking much seriously. It's like a very lackadaisical approach they take over there in California, but it's also still, you have to look a perfect kind of way. I've heard some horror stories about dating just over there, honestly, but everything has to be perfect. You have to look really good all the time. So maybe some people see you as like maybe stuck up or hard to like impress or date, or get close to, that kind of thing. Maybe you have a bit of a pretentious air to you, whether it's maybe true or not. This is your reputation. Your reputation is not always who you exactly are, but maybe you come through a little pretentious and people think that could be toxic for some of you. I tell you, people, you could just be toxic for real, or people are just mad that they can't get close to you and they consider you to be the toxic one. Who knows, right? Everyone has their opinions, honestly. But with the world here, you're definitely seen as someone who has seen a lot. The world can also mean that as well, especially if you come from a specific background where things didn't always go well for you. There's always something rough around the edges about you. You know what I mean? Where now Pink is more of a mother, she's chill. She's also very athletic, right? Wonderful voice, so very talented. But when she first came out, it was just like, F you, F the world, I'm gonna fight this person, I'm gonna fight that person. That could kind of be your vibe. And to most people, that can seem negative, which is why we may have the devil coming through here. Because, oh, you came from this and you came from nothing and you came from maybe a bad neighborhood, and people immediately have a negative connotation with those things. So that could be where that's coming from, or who knows. Maybe you came from the ghetto and made something of yourself and people are mad. Maybe you, like I said, came from nothing, made something of yourself, and now you're in rooms and going on vacations. The people you used to reside with in the hood is mad. The people you are now rubbing elbows with are mad because you're not from their world. And the people whose world you're supposedly from are mad that you're like, you made it. People are weird, honestly. That's what I'm getting, honestly. So here we have Temperance. Absolutely. This is someone who can kind of do both. This is someone who can go back and forth from being this elegant person, but look at her, she has tattoos. So you wouldn't see someone normally in this kind of apparel with tattoos coming down their arm, because those two things don't mesh well. The business world and high society and uppity and this and that, those people aren't covered in tattoos for the most part, They're very much, prim and proper. You can't do this. They're very like, there are rules you have to follow if you want to be a part of this world. And you may come in and say, F that. I made my money. I'm here. Like, you're not going to get rid of me. You're not going to tell me how to live my life. And you being in those spaces, acting the way you do, can be, uncomfortable for them. And the people where you come from, they're mad that you've made something of yourself. Like I said, that is coming through. But yeah, look at her. She's looking right. She's, draped in pearls, right? Her dress is very elegant. Her waist is snatched, okay? But there's still like elements of her maybe rough background, or, her rebellious nature, right? You love that for her. Another Major Arcana card. So yeah, people have a lot to say about you, child. And there's something here about you being unshackled, because we have one chain on her arm that could come through in the bedroom, child. Let me stop. One arm is shackled, the other arm is unshackled. So it's like a little bit of half and half, that 10% energy coming through. You constantly move between two modalities, if that makes any kind of sense. Maybe it's like code switching. That's what that's called. It's code switching, where you can rub elbows and put on your phone voice, Every person has their phone voice. Everyone has heard a phone voice, whether you think you have a phone voice or not. I remember the first time I was hearing my grandmother put on her fake little I'm like, girl, you do not talk like that in real life. Stop. But we all have our phone voice, right? And then we have our regular voice. And that could be that's code switching. You have to, in order to inhabit or, fit in some places, you have to put on the things that make those people feel comfortable for the most part, you know? So it's kind of giving you move between two different like modes, you know what I mean? Urban versus prim and proper. You know, sometimes you maybe have naked, like she is in this card here. Her thighs are all out. You have the Katy Perry pointy bra. This is also kind of giving, I forget which time this was, but I think it could have been the 80s or the 70s where the girls would wear the pointy bras and all that. I know my grandma still wears the pointy bra because that's her time. And I'm looking at her like, girl, why are you wearing a pointy bra? But that was like, you know, the Marilyn Monroe, I think it was around that time as well. I don't know what exact, like 50s, 60s, you know, where they have the pointy bras and you know what I mean? The sex symbol, siren baddies. But anyway, that's the kind of vibe coming through. You can put on the baddie because her edges are slayed, first and foremost. She has the long ponytail. She's also kind of giving me the girl, the main girl from K-pop Demon Hunters. Rumi, I think her name is. She has the long like ponytail braid in the movie. And she's also like kind of like the star of her group. You know, she's the one that leads everyone, or she's the one with the best voice, I guess we could say. She's the leader, the main girl, you know, so maybe you have like main character energy that you use to seduce people, right? Because ain't she seduced, what's his name, Genu? Period. Anywho, she didn't seduce him, but you know, they started off like not liking each other and they kind of opened up to each other and they were able to feel free with each other. So you are definitely a free person, free spirit, that kind of stuff. Okay, the world, we went over that as well. And then we have the Temperance card, you went over that as well, or I did, I should say. So it's like you always constantly move between two different mediums, modalities. You go from, you know, hard to soft, you go from earth to water, that kind of thing, or you go from wind to fire, whatever you want to call it. And then the last card we have over here in the corner that like I feel like I abandoned her a little bit is the Queen of Pentacles. So you are someone who grew, who made themselves self-made. That's what I was looking for, the word I was looking for. You come off as someone who's quite self-made, who's had to go through different things, try different things with the Temperance card, go back and forth, see what works for you, and try to make it work in this reality where you want to incorporate or inhabit both worlds that you may come from, the one you came from and the one you want to be in, you know? So definitely giving code switching, right? But you're also traveling as well, right? And I love how I was talking about the modalities here. And of course, the Temperance card, she has 1 foot in the water, 1 foot on earth. So it's kind of like you stay grounded in a way because you can do both. You know, some people are so far in either one. It's kind of like, okay, this person's extreme. You're kind of giving tempting, you're giving someone who's interesting. People want to get to know more about you, learn more about your life, where you came from, what made you who you are. And there's something about you, like, I don't know, you're appealing to different people. You know what I mean? Whether it's in a good way or a bad way, eyes are on you, period, because the World card can represent that as well. So we have that coming through for your general overview for your reputation. Okay, now I want to get into at work. How are you viewed at work? The Queen of Pentacles is someone who's like generally very kind, okay, very gracious. She's also a teacher. She loves to heal. She gives me like doctor vibes where you come to her and she tells you the right amount of stuff to take to get rid of a headache, but naturally. So some of you could be into like natural healing, that kind of stuff, okay? That's also coming through. You love nature. There's something here about a boot. You love you a good boot, okay? There could be something here about you always having your toes done in general. You always look well put together, you know? In most of these cards, she's giving like, you know, I guess chic business-y kind of person, you know? Classy, I guess you could say, normal. But in this first card that came out is giving, whoo, in your face, sex symbol vibe. So I guess we'll see what comes through. Now let's keep going. What is their work persona? Please spirit their work persona for my group ones. What is their work persona? Oh, y'all are funny already. I can't. I love doing readings, guys. It's so fun to get into people's business. I'm just the nosiest person ever. We have the Knight of Swords. So you may type fast. You may speak fast. You may get things done really quickly. Okay. If there's something you want, you're going after it, is the vibe coming through with the Knight of Swords. You're moving very fast in the direction you want to go, or you're moving up the ladder really quickly. The Knight of Swords is a very determined energy, very diligent, very intelligent, very smart. You could use big words. You could read a lot. You could do research as well. People come to you. It's kind of like an IT tech or IT nerd. I'm seeing specifically Ivy. Is her name Ivy? I forget. It's been Ivory. Oh, I'm so upset. It's Felicity. Period. Ivy Smoke is a freaking author. Like, why is she coming through? I haven't read one of her books in so long, but I'm like, I know there's an Ivy Smoke. Her name was Felicity Smoke from Arrow. And how when we first met her, she was all the way at the bottom of the big building Oliver's family owned. And he would come to her and try to get all this information about people. And she's like really good at computers and stuff like that. That's kind of the vibe you're coming through as, you know. The way this card just flew out, that's crazy. It's the Empress though, so I guess we'll take it. Yeah, there's something here about you being very good at your job, okay? Whatever it is you want, you kind of get. That's what that's what was coming through in the World card. You're someone who's very accomplished. When you put your mind on something, no one's going to deter you or stop you from getting what you want. And that's the Empress as well, because she doesn't have to really do much to get it. So I feel like at your point in where you are in your career, things just come to you quite naturally, because you've already established something and it's just kind of like working for you now. Okay, so you're smart. You build things in a way where you make money, money doesn't make you. Is that the saying? I don't know. But the Empress, you're quite accomplished in your career. People see you that way. Here we have the Six of Cups. This is the This is the generosity that was coming through, and the Queen of Pentacles coming through once again, okay? You could do something around children, because we have the Queen of Pentacles and we have the Six of Cups. The Queen of Pentacles with the Six of Cups kind of gives me like school teacher, NICU nurse, you take care of the babies after they're born, pediatrician vibes, that kind of thing. You run a daycare, you run a program for kids, where you give back to the community, which is why you have to put on both those sides. Because when you're kind of talking with the people in the community, you have to be the person that they can relate to in order for them to feel comfortable. But then when you're having to get funding or get money for the thing, you have to put on your business, chic or casual vibe and make money that way, that kind of thing, So yeah, that's what I'm getting with the Six of Cups. You kind of help people. You're very helpful. You're also very nurturing, because we have the Empress. She's more than just getting things naturally. She is the embodiment of the divine feminine. She is the divine mother. She's a mother to all. You know what I mean? She's also quite creative. So if your job is not with kids, it's creating things from nothing, or you had a vision for something, you went after it, and now you've accomplished it. There's something here about that. Okay, and not stopping until you get it. But the way she's being nice to these kids, like you're seeing is someone who is very gracious, okay, very kind and very generous. Maybe someone who's also like childlike if you don't work with kids, because you use your creativity and you use your inner child to come up with these ideas and kind of like imagine the unimaginable and, make the impossible dream a reality is the kind of energy coming through for you guys, I feel like. So that's coming through for y'all for when it comes to your job. You're very good at your job, period, with the Empress coming through here. And the way she fell out, it's kind of like, okay, enough chit chat. Let's get down to the nitty gritty. So you could be like very focused as well, which kind of came through already. Maybe you work from home. That's kind of what this vibe is giving as well. So maybe people see you. You know what it's giving? It's giving like a self-made or like a... you know what this is giving me, actually, honestly? The way she's sitting in this chair. I was going home, was it yesterday? And I was on the train yesterday, and there was this girl that made a niche or made a lane in a career where there was none before. So basically, she said she had like a LinkedIn or something, and she realized that not many people, she was applying for lots of jobs, essentially. She has all her masters. She's very accomplished. Excuse me, but she would apply for jobs and she would never hear back. And she wanted to know why this was, if it was just her, if it was a race thing, if it was just a general thing. She wanted to get to the bottom of it. So she kind of like faked out a LinkedIn profile that was more like white presenting, I feel like. And she was getting way more callbacks, like way more, 4 times more than she was getting from just her regular LinkedIn with her, because she's a Black woman, And I feel like she made a niche where there was none. Now she did a documentary about her journey and figuring out why is there a gap in hiring Black people when, y'all be calling back everyone else except her. And she's like, I have the same skills. I put the same skills on both profiles. The only thing that was different was one woman was Black, me, and the other profile was a white woman. And they hired her and called her back way more than they ever did with me. So now I realized it wasn't me bugging. It's an actual problem. And she made a documentary about it. She has like a YouTube, but she made a niche, she made a lane where there was none for her. So no one's gonna hire me. All right, let me make my own job. That's what the Empress is making. You're making something from nothing. The Empress is like, oh, you don't want to hire me, huh? I bet I'm gonna make my own lane, and now you can't not hire me because I'm making my own money. I don't need you, you know? That's the energy coming through there for this portion of the reading, I suppose. Six of Cups, you could also be following a childhood dream as well. You're healing your inner child with this job. I do believe this is her. She's giving her thing to. Just a younger version of her. Because they look like they're wearing the same outfit. Or maybe a child of hers. Maybe you, like I said, work with people's kids. Or you built a business based around your child and something that you needed. You know what I mean? There was a bunch of demand and you supplied. Okay? So that's what's coming through for that, your reputation. Okay, I do want to, I guess we can leave this here. I'm going to use a different deck, honestly. So this is fine. We'll just put the cards on top of it. Now we're going to get into your reputation in the sheets. Okay. Whew. Please, Spirit, tap me into the energy of my group. Not two, I'm so sorry, group one. What am I saying? In the sheets, what is their reputation when it comes to just love in general? We're going to get to the bedroom after this, I promise y'all, okay? If that's all you're here for, stop being nasty. Okay, let's keep going. For my group ones, please, Spirit, what is their reputation in love? Okay, just love in general, love in dating, meeting people, that kind of thing. What is their reputation? Y'all cards are just not wanting to come out. Is it me? Is it me? Am I the problem? Here we have the Page of Swords, the Page of Cups, and the Six of Wands. I don't know. How are they supposed to come out? You know what? I'm not going to make it more difficult than it needs to be. We have the Page of Swords, so there's something here coming through, maybe a little inexperience about you when it comes to love. Maybe you haven't been in many relationships, or people don't know much about your love life, so that you're just coming through as someone who's young and single and ready to mingle. Maybe you're coming through a bit of a flirt, or someone who's like just you're easy to get along with. The Page of Cups seems like someone who, you know, they're chill. They're just like, you know, they love love and they're open. You know, I'm single. If mingling comes to me, I'm ready to mingle. If not, I'm just chilling. I'm not really chasing love. I believe the Knight of Cups is a chaser of love. The Page of Cups is someone who's open to whatever comes their way. So you could be someone who is pansexual, who's open to everything and everyone, or you could be just someone who, like I said, is open in general when it comes to dating, but you're not actively chasing it. That's your reputation in love. Like, you just chilling, you coasting, right? Page of Cups is also known as someone who is quite intuitive, okay? I'm talking about Page of Cups and I'm showing you the Page of Swords. Cha, either way, I believe they're giving the same vibe. Two pages coming out. We have the Page of Cups coming through as well. It's someone who's open. You're talking to people, you're dating, you're, you know, seeing how things are going out there in the world, but you're not like, you know, fiending for something. That's what your reputation gives. Like, you're looking for love, not feeding for it, okay? Not desperate for it. Is the vibe coming through. But the Page of Swords is someone who is very talkative. You like to ask. You're good at asking the questions that need to be asked. You're good at getting to know people is the vibe that I'm getting as well. The pages are inquisitive. They are learners. They want to know more about things. You could still be learning your dating style. You could still be learning what you want, which is why you're not so gung-ho or fiending or like set on something or someone, or, you know, whatever you want, you know, you want to describe it as. You're not set on, I want to get married, I want to have 5 kids, I want to do this. You're kind of like, you know, whatever happens, happens. I'm not really seeking or chasing because maybe you're so much focused on your career. And, you know, and I feel like people who are successful, especially women, have a harder time finding men. So you're kind of like, you know, I'm open. I would love some love. That would be nice, but I'm not going to be feeding for it. Right? Okay, that's your reputation in that. And then here we have the Six of Wands, but these cards came out reversed, I feel like, but I'm putting everything upright. But because I'm a special note that the Six of Wands was in reverse. Because at first these two were in reverse. And then this one was upright. Then I flipped everything on its head and the Six of Wands ended up in reverse. So this is kind of like maybe you date a lot. You know, you're good at dating, but this is not giving me your like fully settle down in a relationship. It's giving me you're just dating and seeing what happens, right? But anyway, the Six of Wands is an energy of accomplishment, of success, of victory, of having a lot of eyes on you, being very popular. So in love, you could be someone who's very popular, so you have your options open, which could be why you don't want to be closed off in the one connection, or it could be why you aren't, how can I describe this? It could be why you don't want to be settled down because you have so many options, or having so many options could be why you're also not settled down. So having so many options could be a thing. Too many people vying for your attention, wanting a little slice of you, especially if you are in the spotlight, which is what the world is kind of giving me. You're giving an influencer, you're giving like the Monet McMichaels, you're giving the who are other famous like, people who are on social media who kind of came from nothing and built their following and their base and their money and their wealth from nothing. Because I want to say like Leah and Cashapp and all that kind of people from Love Island, but they came from something. They went on the show to get a lot of followers. And even before that, they had like a good amount of followers. So it's like you didn't really come from nothing. Monet really built her channel, her TikTok, her YouTube from the bottom up and didn't have anybody helping her or a TV show helping her, boost to the stratosphere. It was just her own hard work, And then she was also going to nursing on the side. So some of you could be nurses. I think I said that already, like a NICU nurse or just a regular nurse in general, But that's what this is kind of giving me. You're someone who has like a lot of options, but maybe you're staying single because of you have too many options, because you like it, or because it's hard to settle down on one person because too many people are playing games and too many people want you, That's the energy coming through. There's something, I don't know, I feel like there's something about her being faced away from her sword, if you can see it, that helped. Like her sword is up, but she's looking away from it, as opposed to her in the Page of Cups who's looking at her cup. So maybe there's something here about you not liking the talking stage of dating. You know what I mean? Swords also can represent online dating. So maybe you hate online dating, but you still want love. And that could be something you're kind of grappling with as well. You know what I mean? But a Six of Wands is someone who does the good, okay in the dating category. Maybe you go on so many dates, you're just like, oh my gosh, I'm never going to find my person. Or you love just, meeting new people and mingling. You don't want anything too serious because pages are still young. Okay? So you're either young and inexperienced in love, people haven't seen you date or fall in love, or you're just chilling and, dating all these people and you don't really care to find love, okay? Or something serious, because love can, come in many different forms. So I'm going to get to now your reputation in between the sheets, okay? In the bedroom, what we've all been waiting for, okay? So please, Spirit, for my group ones, what is their reputation in the sheets, in the bedroom? Their past lovers, what they say about them. Look at that. Stop, your past lovers, and we have the lover. Okay. So you're quite lovely. You're a lover, not a fighter. That kind of energy, all that is coming through, guys. Okay, hold on, let me move these over. So you can kind of see the Six of Wands a little bit more. You're a hot commodity in dating. Okay. But we have the lovers. Bruh, keep playing with me. I'm not in the mood right now. Jeez Louise. Maybe y'all are a bit of a perfectionist, because this is going to piss me off. Or I just know I'm the perfectionist. So let me not even try to put that on you. Okay. So we have... Okay, so we have the lover. We have the lover. I'll put that here. We have the lover for who you are in between the sheets. So you are a lover, not a fighter, or you're the ideal lover. You pay attention to your person. Look at how, she's just there and this guy's like swooping in to give her a kiss. You're definitely someone who's very affectionate in the bedroom. That's what someone would say, okay? Then we have the Seven of Wands. So you could be like a bit rough or aggressive. That's kind of what's coming through. If it don't resonate, I don't know what to tell y'all, because the Seven of Wands is kind of giving me, look at how he's ready to beat down the rest of these wands. Like someone who's like very defensive, but I'm not getting that. In between the sheets, it's someone who can carry their own weight. You could be someone who's lifting up someone, throwing them over here. Maybe you're someone who likes lip biting and choking, and just there's something here about aggression. I'm feeling it in my stomach. Right. Let me stop, yo. YouTube, I'm sorry. But I'm not sorry. That just came through and I'm like, wait, maybe some of you, if you are guys, because I did get that vibe. If some of you who are men who have wands, look at how he's so awake. look at how he's so like, he's wielding his wand. He's ready to beat down the rest of these people here, right? This is hilarious. Okay, so you could be someone's very possessive. But I am getting aggression. Yeah. So you like the fast, you like the hot and heavy, the choking, the biting, the scratching, like the heavy breathing, like you putting in the work. You're very active with these wands coming through when it comes to the bedroom. So yeah, you have moments of being, yeah, kissy and lovey-dovey. But look at how she's like closing her eyes. And the way that I'm seeing this picture, I'm sure you can see it too. She's like waiting for that kiss. She's like, finally. That one Volturi guy from freaking Breaking Down Part 2, he's like, finally. Like, you, like, build up the anticipation as well. It's kind of what the Seven of Wands can, you know, right? There's anticipation here where she's kind of like, are you going to kiss me? Like, I'm waiting. Someone who's waiting for your kiss, you know? So I do believe you make people wait. You could make people wait when it comes to, you know, getting your love and love and loving. Period, okay? So when it comes to that, you're gonna have them waiting, and they're gonna be like really like aggressive and like getting really into it when it comes time to get down to the deed. Okay, so here we have purple. I do believe I'm hearing Pillow Princess for somebody here, because purple kind of gives me royal vibes, and there are people who just want to be worshipped, and you're either want to be worshipped or you want the worshiping. Both. I just heard both. Okay. Period. And then we have the person here in red. So you're the Pillow Princess to the aggressive guy. So you're just sitting there waiting to be ravished. You want to be ravished in the bedroom. That's what I'm getting here. Okay? Men are out there saying, yeah, she into some stuff. She a freakity. And that makes sense, because what did you guys get at the beginning? The devil. So your main persona is like giving the vixen. You know what I mean? Like just free. You're open with your sexuality, whether it means you're, you know, LGBTQIA, or it means that you're just like very free with what you wear and how you act, and you wear your bedroom persona on your sleeve in general, right? Very sexy. But let's get some more cards. I want to get more into it, because what's up with my group? Ones. Hey now, relax. Not all these cards. I just want a few. Don't piss me off. Shoot. Trying to throw the whole deck my way. Look at that. Like, you're just like very full on. You're very in the moment. Like I said, you're very like active, a lot of energy when it comes to things. If you want something, you're gonna ask for it. You know what I mean? I'm hearing Megan the Stallion. Don't F me like that. F me like this. Period. So you telling them what to do too. Like, that's what this Seven of Wands can mean as well. When it comes to you not getting anything or not being pleased, you're gonna go on the defense or on the offense and take what you want. Period. You love this for you. Okay, let's keep going. Come on now, why the cards acting up? Like, all the cards want to come out. So you're definitely full on. You're an experience for sure. So they may feel accosted. They may feel accosted, like, oh, why is she doing all, like, not even why is she doing all this, but it's like they weren't expecting it, you know? Here we have the High Priestess. This is another regal energy. Someone who's like very, not secretive, but you weren't expecting certain things from them. They keep the High Priestess is making you work for that good. That's all I gotta say. That's the vibe coming through for you guys. Like, they have to wait, and the tension is building. The Seven of Wands gives me tension is building. When it comes to in the bedroom, you take your time, and then when the tension finally breaks, you could be like really full on, because the way she's like, are you gonna kiss me yet? Like, holding her breath, waiting for this kiss from this man. He taking mad long. Like, and then when it finally happens, it's like boom, all the wands fall, and you get all this in the stomach. I'm acting a fool. I'm so sorry. This is why I can't do 80+ readings. This is I don't know how to act, child. Okay, but anywho, this is not 18+, but you know, I can't do, yeah, anywho. The High Priestess, right, is an energy of having, you know what they want before they can ask for it, because the way she's holding the tablet of secrets, the High Priestess is someone who's like not secretive, but the High Priestess is someone who's secretive, but I feel like you know their secrets is the kind of what is coming through as. Like, you're reading a book and reading them like a book when it comes to yeah. So it's kind of like, you know, I feel like I was mentioning this in another reading where it's like this person thinks of something and then you know what they want. I think it was a reading I did about like what love are you attracting and what kind of love are you manifesting thing. And what the love you were manifesting is, this person knows what you want before you need to ask for it. You know what I mean? They anticipate your needs. See, and anticipation is coming through again. You anticipate what they want already. You know what I mean? And it's like well worth it. But yeah, the High Priestess is Pisces energy, and that's like 12th house energy, and that's like very intense, very dark. You could be into some dark things, right? Excuse me. Or it's kind of like when they're with you, it's like almost like a dream state where it's kind of like, is this even real kind of thing? You have that grippa grappa, you have that sling shlong sling, whatever you want to call it. You all but they guts, child. You really like have them in a trance kind of energy. That's 12th house vibes, right? But yeah, the High Priest is like giving someone everything they could want. And like, it's like effortless for you. It's no skin off your back. You could also have like a good endurance. That's what the Seven of Wands also gives me. Good endurance. You can keep going and going and going, multiple rounds, stuff like that. Okay. And you are like, the girl already been tapped out 6 times, child. And the guy come again with his stuff at the ready saying, let's go again. You're like, hold up now, relax. Give me some time to recuperate. Okay. That's the vibe coming through for y'all. Okay. But there is something here about being like a lady. Like, it's giving pillow princess. I am here to be worshipped and served. The way she's looking at us, look at that. Her chin is up. She's raising her nose to you because she knows she's too good for this. Like, it's giving, give me what I want or get out. Like I said, okay? We have one more card. Give me a second. High Priestess. The last card we have is the Four of Cups. Yeah, there's something, I don't want to say untouchable or disinterested, but you're hard to get to. But like I said, once they get you, okay, whoever thought I'd get you. That song is coming through, Get You, by Daniel Caesar and Kali Uchis, I think it is. Uchis, how do you pronounce her name? Four of Cups is kind of giving like, I'm unfazed by this. Like, maybe you're someone who doesn't really make noise, but you're really aggressive, because there are some people, it's very weird to me. Like, if you getting beat through the mattress, child, how you not making all this noise? Some people just don't make noises during the act. The High Priestess, her being silent and quiet, a silent killer is also what I'm hearing as well. Like, it's kind of like things sneak up on them, or you sneak up on this person, right? The Four of Cups is someone's like, this is all right. Maybe you're not expressive or, what is it called? Or easily impressed. Like, they're sitting there giving you their all, like, boom, 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 like the headboard is banging into the wall, and you're just sitting there unimpressed. Like, you're like, okay, is there anything else you can do? Like, it's kind of like, I'm giving you all that I got, and you're not really doing enough for me, kind of energy, unsatisfied. So you could be that, you could come off that way. Okay. Yeah, let me put that there, and let's start pulling some oracle cards really quickly. Anything more you want to add to their reputation, just overall? Please, Spirit. Okay. We have Pearl of Wisdom. I feel like it's kind of tying into the whole, you kind of know what they want. Look, another slab. Return the slab. It's another slab coming through here for you guys. So you just know, you're reading off of a notebook. You're reading from a book. Who, maybe you incorporate some stuff you read in your naughty books to this person, or men in general, or women, people who you're with in the bedroom. Let me leave it at that. You take stuff from your book and want to try it out with them. Return the slab. Though the slab is like an ancient knowledge that only certain people know. You're coming through as that person, okay? You're hard to please for real, because you are so good at what you do in the bedroom, and they're kind of like, am I satisfying you? Because you're not really praising them. This person, the people you're with, could want more praise from you, okay? Here we have Mother Nature. Okay, that's kind of confirming what I was getting with the whole Empress and the Queen of Pentacles. Here we have side by side. Look, we have the human versus the animal. There is 2 sides too, especially because we had Temperance coming through and that whole duality vibe. And then we have sense of place is coming through as well. So people definitely feel safe with you. You can't even see that. Apologize. Sense of place. This is also giving me a vibe of sitting on a throne. So you kind of know who you are. You're very comfortable with who you are as a person. That could be also, something that people say. You're very comfortable. You have like a regality to you for sure. Okay. Now let's get something from this deck. Okay, that was fast. We have Sacred Treasure. Period. We have Sacred Treasure. Can I get one more card from this deck, please, Spirit? One more card. We have Sacred Treasure, and what else? What else can you tell me about their reputation? we'll just take this one here. Yeah, containing multitudes. Basically what I've been saying, of course. And then we have good things come in threes. Maybe you're into threesomes with people. Maybe you're into that kind of thing. And then we have feel all the feel. So they're definitely, best believe they're feeling everything when they're with you, okay? Whether it comes to being in the bedroom or just being loved by you or whatever, okay? So that's what we have here for you guys. You're definitely someone who's sacred. That's that divine feminine energy coming through. You know your worth. You know what you're going to tolerate, what you're not going to tolerate. And that's something that people just know in general, okay? But in the bedroom, it's definitely giving, I'm on a pedestal. I'm pillow princess. I'm pillow queen. I'm pillow majesty. Praise me, okay? Do your worst. Let me stop. I'm gonna leave you reading here though. I hope it resonated. Feel free to like, comment, and subscribe, and join the tribe if you liked this reading or you liked anything about it or you wanted to see more from me. You know what I mean? If you want a personal reading, you can always get in contact with me using my email in the description box below. But besides that, I hope you're having a beautiful, wonderful day whenever you're watching this reading. And as always, I will see you gorgeous people in the next one. Mwah. Bye. Hello, my gorgeous group 2s. Welcome to your reading. If you chose thumbnail image 2 or however you made your way here, welcome. Today's reading is going to be about your reputation in the streets versus in the sheets. Okay, so I was watching another reading by a reader. I think her name is Hazelusha Tarot. And I've done reputation readings before, but her one added like a little more depth to it, or more, I guess, levels. There it is. So she did like your general overview, then she did your love, how your reputation, how you're viewed in love, and then she did like career. So I'm like, okay, that's cute, but I want to put my own twist on it. And I feel like I've done this reading on my other channel as well. But it's like your reputation in the streets versus in the sheets. So in the streets would be general and then career. In the sheets would be in love and then in the bedroom. Let's get into it, okay? Before I over-explain myself. Group 1 was like 40 minutes, so I hope yours isn't that long, but we'll see. Their cards were also taking forever to come out, so that could have been why it was so long. But it was worth it, I promise. This one will be worth it too. So please, Spirit, my group 2s, tap me into the energy of the reputation in the streets. We're going to use this deck for in the streets. Starting off with their general overview. How do people view them in general? Please, Spirit, my group 2s. Their reputation in the streets, the general version. Oh boy, I cracked myself up. You have Ace of Swords. Someone who's very communicative, someone who's very sharp, intelligent, okay? Maybe you're someone who's quick to respond, quick to clap back, right? Maybe you always have your phone in your hand because I'm getting like phone, social media. Wow. We have the devil. This came through in the same exact category for group 1. So, and it's funny because I called group 1, group 2. So some of you could be watching both groups, or somebody was confused and didn't know which one to choose. Here we have 7 of Cups. That's that confusion there, indecisive. Maybe you come through a little bit indecisive, or you don't really know, or you're always in your head, daydreaming kind of vibe. Daydreaming, you're a daydreamer, okay? You want a lot of different things. Okay, one more card, please, Spirit. Can I get one more card for the reputation in general? Okay, your cards are talkative. So you are someone who's quite talkative, and the first card makes sense now, the Ace of Swords. Okay, you're a good conversationalist. People enjoy speaking with you. I'm hearing you have a dark humor. Okay, you like to make dirty jokes. That's funny as well. You have multitudes to you because we have the 7 of Cups, which is not really knowing what to choose. Not necessarily who to be, but the 7 of Cups is like maybe you're someone who's like moody and your mood like changes quite quickly, okay? You're a really good friend, okay? You're good. You're nice to work with. You're a really good someone to work with is what I wanted to say specifically. So people like working with you, talking to you, getting your like perspective on certain things, okay? The Ace of Swords is all about clarity. So you're very truthful to the point. You don't really hide much. Like who you are is who you are, okay? And I feel like there's something like just liberated about you. So you could be like a liberal, or you live your life in that way where, you know, love is love, life is life. I don't judge, like do what you want to do. That's what we're all here for. Don't sit here. You know what I mean? You live your life like, I'm hearing on high volume, you know, on high definition. It's also coming through as well, but it's kind of like not high alert, please. Some of you could be or older. Gosh. Some of you could be older and like have like, I think high alert is the things that old people use to help them in case they fall or something. I've fallen and I can't get up. Those commercials. That could be something coming through. But it's kind of giving you live your life on the stage, like all your businesses out there. It's kind of the vibe that's coming through. If someone asks you a question, you're not going to be playing smoke and mirrors and hiding. You're going to be like, okay, yeah, I did that. Yeah, I said that. What's up? Like, you know what I mean? That's the kind of vibe coming through for you guys, okay? I'm hearing your word is law. That could be something people think, right? You're kind of giving like leader vibes. And I wanted to say ringleader like Regina George. That could be the vibe coming through as well. Because we have the sword and then we have the crown on the sword. I don't think swords are usually associated with aces. I could be wrong. But I'm not used to seeing them so like in your face like that. If you can't even see it, child, let me do that. Yeah, you see? The sword is so in your face, and also, not the sword, the crown, okay? So maybe you are a queen, you're a king. Maybe you have like a very regal presence, but it's like there's a sense of danger to you. I'm taking the devil in this instance in your group as a sense of danger. So you could be I can't talk today. You could be cookie cutter clean, innocent, whatever you want to call it, but there's a sense of danger to you, right? People don't want to be on your bad side. People don't want you to cuss them out. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like not stuffy. I'm not really getting that vibe, but it's kind of like, how can I describe what I'm feeling? Maybe they can't, you know? You just seem like someone who could talk themselves out of problems. You never get in trouble. Like things just always work in your favor. Like everyone always likes you. Like, you know, you can talk and never run out of subject. Because some people struggle to have conversations, you know, and you just never don't. You never do. You're quite curious and inquisitive as well. You're a good student. That's the energy coming through. Here with the devil, maybe there's something here about you having attachment to certain things. I'm hearing unpopular opinions. There's literally like a show on YouTube where it's like called Unpopular Opinions, where they call people or people call into the radio station and give their unpopular opinions. So you could have very unpopular opinions, or I'm getting like people like have this like sexual attraction to you right off the bat, because you could be someone who's very physically attractive as well. And then you kind of open your mouth and say the most outlandish things, and people are kind of like, oh, you're a character, you're quite interesting. It's a vibe coming through for your overall general view, how people view your reputation. The devil also has to do with attachments, obsession. So people could find themselves quite obsessed with you off the bat easily. Or you know how people say, I'm so obsessed with her. Like people love being around you and being in your energy. It could be toxic sometimes because it could be to like just know your business, right? Or just get close to you and find out more about your life and what you're doing more than it could be genuine. But I think you can handle these people, right? Or this person, whoever is that one person that wants to be ghetto, okay? You are someone who's very strong and someone who's very powerful. I do believe, like, I'm hearing social constructs do not, like, confine you. So that's coming through. That may mean different things for different people, so just take what resonates truly. But yeah, that's the vibe coming through for you guys. And then we have the Seven of Cups containing multitudes. That's what do you call it? Oracle card on one of these decks here, and it came through for group one. But the Seven of Cups is definitely someone who can't make up their mind, or you're always dreaming about different things. So you could always tell this person, oh, I want to do this. I'm hearing a chatterbox. You talk a lot, okay? Or talk really fast or something like that. But it's kind of like I want to do this and I want to do that. And you have like lofty dreams is kind of what I'm hearing, because I want to marry this rich man. I want to go and live in Tuscany, Italy. And we're going to have this, what is it called? Bed and breakfast. And we're going to have 10 kids, and the kids are going to grow up being a part of the business. And people are kind of like, huh? You want to move to Tuscany? You want to build a bed and breakfast? Like, you want to do, like, what do you mean? Like, and you're like, yeah, you're very set in what you want to do. But it doesn't have to be that specific dream. But it's like something here about you having a lot of dreams or things you want to accomplish at least. The Seven of Cups can also represent wishful thinking. So you could be someone who kind of like not, how can I describe it? Like you're someone who relies too much on wishful thinking, and that it could be a negative thing when it comes to the devil. Because whatever the devil's next to, it can either enhance like a sexual nature or it can turn negative, right? So you gossip could be a thing since the devil is coming out next to the Ace of Swords. You lie, right? That kind of thing. Or you manipulate things to work for you, and that could be seen in a positive light or a negative light. The world may never know. You know what I mean? We have this next to the Seven of Cups. You don't really know what you want to do. You're indecisive. Like it can put any kind of tone on a card that it comes out next to, right? Or you're bound and shackled by said thing. So you can only tell the truth. You can't lie. That could be a vibe. But you can only tell lies. Like so many people could be watching the reading. Take what resonates for you. If you know you don't lie, then that doesn't pertain to you. If you know you do lie, okay then. Okay. Yeah, that kind of stuff. And then we have the Three of Pentacles, where it's like you could be very career oriented, right? There's something here about a classroom. You're a helpful person. You could have been a teacher's pet. That's also coming through. My stomach hurts. You could have stomach problems. I'm all over the place as well. So you could be quite random and you say the randomest things. You're kind of like a child, and where children say the darndest things. That's kind of coming through for you guys. Okay. But the Seven of Cups is kind of like you're someone who like jumps from different thing to different thing. Because in this instance here, we have like a house, we have a tower, we have a, what do they call those things? Lighthouse, right? Here we have jewelry and money and riches. Here we have love. Love reigns supreme, you know. Here we have fantasy. We have a dragon, like stuff like that. Power as well, wisdom. Here we have a rainbow, which is happiness. You know what I mean? Somewhere over the rainbow are what we aspire to be, dreams, right? And then here we have victory, because these two things always remind me of like a gladiator or something like that. Those, you could be someone who's very fierce as well. And then we have this snake here, which is temptation. So like these things are all surrounding you and your eyes are closed. So it's kind of like coming from within you, which is, you know, your mind. And then she's also subdued in some water. So that makes sense. You have a lot of things you want to accomplish in life. And I'm also hearing Slave to the Rhythm by Katy Perry and Skip Marley. So that song could be important as well. You could be a good dancer. I am getting outspoken though. You could speak about things that are harming you and your community and people around you, and you where other people would be scared to hold someone accountable or say certain things, you are not afraid to do that. And that could be seen as a negative thing. Someone who can't hold their tongue, someone who can't lie, that kind of thing, you know? Or someone who simply doesn't want to. You know, when you're blunt and honest and to the point, people see that as like, oh, you're being mean. No, I'm being truthful. You know what I mean? So like I said, all these things can be seen in a positive or a negative light. Take what resonates for you, what feels good for you, okay? This is like giving like a black flame. So you're also very dangerous is the vibe that's coming through. And I think I did get an air of danger from the devil when I was speaking about it before. Because these black flames, like there's something here about blue flames that's more, like those are the hottest flames. You know what I mean? So maybe there's something like icy about your demeanor. And like I said, even if you are very chatty, are very talkative, you know, you're very responsive to certain people, it's like you still have an underlying level of like, leave me alone, don't talk to me, danger vibes. You know what I mean? Or I'll slice you if you keep playing with me. Okay, Three of Pentacles is kind of giving me you're very crafty. So you could be really good with you work well with your hands, okay? That could be something coming through because they're building something together. They're building something together here in the card. So you're very good with your hands. You know how to paint, build, stuff like that. Take what resonates for you. Because there may be some men watching it's very handy. Women are also very handy. It's also kind of giving, maybe you're an interior designer. Because, you know, careers were coming through for group 1 as well. Not so much for you guys. Maybe you're an ideas person. I'm also hearing advertising and marketing could be a career for somebody here, but this is definitely giving me like construction worker, interior design. I'm hearing specifically, I forgot her name, but there's this girl who I found on TikTok. I forgot her name, but she like does like really freaky, beautiful designs, like very quirky designs on people's, I guess, places of business, their homes, really just depends. I haven't seen her in so long, actually. I wonder if she's okay. Interesting. So I was looking and I found her. Her name is Danny Cleric on TikTok. She makes the most pretty, whimsical, like beautiful interior design stuff. Like, I don't know how to explain it. Just go look her up. Like, I'm trying to see if I could find one of the houses she did and like show y'all, but that would be OD. But like, I feel like she does that, like the same thing that they're doing in this card here is what she does in all her videos. She puts all these different beautiful colors together and makes it look amazing. And it's funny how I was trying to look her up on saying like, you know, quirky interior design on TikTok, and they trying to show me all these other imposters. And I'm like, this ain't her. Stop it. But anyway, yeah, so interior design could be your thing as well. But your mind, I feel like, is your superpower because you think of so many different things. So you're very, very, very creative, okay? So let us keep going and get into, I guess, career, your work. What is your reputation in career? At the bottom of the deck, we have the Queen of, not the Queen of Wands, the Ace of Wands. So that could be a thing, the Ace of Wands. That was fast. Knight of Swords, bruh. This is the same exact card that came out for group freaking 1, okay? So when it comes to your career, you could travel a lot for work, and so does she, Danny. She travels a lot to go and, you know, of course, decorate people's homes. Okay, 2 of Cups, and she also works with her boyfriend. I forget his name, but that's coming through. You could work with your partner, or you could have met your partner at work, but because love coming through, and then the World, and then Knight of Swords, like your love life and your work life on the world stage. If you have 2 of Cups, you could be someone who loves their job. That could be coming through as well. You really like your job, or you have a business with your spouse or your boyfriend or your girlfriend is kind of the vibe coming through as well. The Knight of Swords is someone who is very determined, someone who's very smart, someone I'm hearing is business savvy. You like to do research and look up different things to make your thing better. Social media could also be coming through because Swords has to do with social media. So you could be on social media doing things, and you met love through social media. It's kind of, I don't know, it's kind of giving me that. 2 of Cups has to do with one-on-one relationships, you know, love, soulmate vibes, dating. That could be something that you know, I guess, are an expert in when it comes to your career. The Knight of Swords is also someone who's always on the move, and that with the World card is definitely telling me that you travel a lot, okay? But in your job, you're seen as someone who is very, like, direct. You're seen as someone who's very determined. You're seen as someone who's always trying to find bigger. I'm hearing innovative. So you're someone who's trying to find bigger, better, more creative ways to do something, okay? You could be into interior design. You could be into making websites. That as well. You could work on the World Wide Web. You could have like an online store. You could have a website. Like that kind of thing is coming through. Your reputation is coming through. I'm hearing your reputation precedes you. So people hear about you or see you before they actually meet you when it comes to work. So word of mouth could be very important for what you do. People like to talk a lot about what your work. Okay. People you probably don't even know if you never met. Like I said. Okay. Then with the World, it's definitely giving a lot of people are looking at you from different parts of the world. So it is definitely, most definitely giving social media, whether it's a side hustle or a main job. People are looking at you and watching what you're doing. Okay. And also the World card is the World card is represented by the fixed sign. So we have Taurus, Aquarius, Leo, and Scorpio. Those energies are coming through in your work, okay? And I do believe those signs are the most, I don't know, dynamic. I don't want to say that because then people might get mad, but they're the most dynamic of the signs or the modalities they're in, because they each come from, or the modality they're in. Modality is fixed sign energy, okay? So it's kind of like the ones who are gonna get things done. You know, they're not stopping until it's done. They're very work oriented, very money oriented, especially Tauruses. They're very big on, you know, comforts, looking good, being able to afford a nice, lavish, beautiful, comfortable lifestyle. Leo, we have someone who's very much in the spotlight, someone who attracts a lot of attention, someone who's very loyal, someone who's very generous. They have a really big heart. You know, they could have, you know, great hair. You could do hair, right? Or make people feel beautiful and confident, because we have luxury. And then we have Leo. So there's something here about you making people's homes look good, because home is where the heart is, right? So that keeps coming through again. And then we also have Aquarius, which is very out of the box thinking. Like I called her quirky. I would call Dani Cleric very quirky. She's also a Virgo, but that's not coming through in this reading. But definitely attention to detail, very intricate. You look at everything, fine tooth comb. Maybe some of you could be like editors for magazines or proofreaders, stuff like that. And then last but not least, we have Scorpio. And Scorpios are known for just their sex appeal. And then your overall view is the Devil card. So it's like giving that kind of energy. Okay. You have sex appeal. Okay, so you look good. You're very pretty. You're very attractive. And that could help your business as well. If someone is like, oh, hey, you want to work together? You know, someone who's not as attractive, they're going to be like, you know, I think I'm good. But your looks work in your favor when it comes to your job. Okay. Scorpio is also very intensely, fiercely loyal and also very private as well. So that is coming through. They're also ruled by Mars and Pluto or Pluto. Okay, and those like very fierce. I was gonna say a little bit ghetto. I mean, those planets are seen as ghetto. They're very intense planets. Like you go through some intense transformation. So maybe you've gone through an intense transformation in work. People have seen you go from one thing to the next. You've taken a leap of faith. And it's funny because I believe it was on my way to work. I was looking at a post on Instagram, and they were basically telling the story of Mrs. Fields Cookies and how she went from being a housewife to being like a very well-known name when it comes to like baked goods, you know what I mean? And how people were telling her, we already have Chips Ahoy and Oreo. We don't need any more people in the cookie field and, you know, just have like a regular job. They kind of went out on a limb, took a chance, and like spent $50,000 to open up a store in, I forget what they said. They opened up a store. They opened up a store somewhere, and then she, at first, no one would buy her cookies, and then she went outside and started giving them away for free. And her first opening day, she completely sold out of cookies. So like just perseverance and not giving up, you know what I mean? And having like really big setbacks just to make even bigger comebacks, you know what I mean? So you've been through some things when it comes to work. You may have taken a while to find your one career, or you're still on the way to finding it, but making a difference along the way, right? Okay. Don't want to be doing too much, okay? So let's keep going. And speaking of Dani, she has 2.3 million followers, and I believe she gets like commission for really expensive, big places for people like people who got money, right? And Scorpio is 8th house, and 8th house other people's money. So people like throwing their money at you, especially like I said, if you have a service or you have a website, okay? Because my sister loves to say, I'm an 8th houser, and they have to go through some ish. But once they do, money just thrown at them at that point. And it's funny because I was also watching another video where a girl was explaining the placements that like marry rich or marry up, and like 8th housers were on that list. So people, or like, what is it called? She said placements that men want to spoil, and people just give money, or 8th housers just get money, you know? But they got to go through some ish to get it. So like I said, you may be making a lot of money now, but it took you some time to get there. Now we're going to move on to the In the Sheets version, okay? Or the In the Sheets segment. So we're going to get into your reputation in love. That was ghetto. Your reputation in love, and then in the bedroom, okay? So what is my group 2's reputation when it comes to love, please, Spirit? I wish I turned the flash on because now the sun went down. And it's getting a little, it's not as bright in here as it was before. Okay, group 2, please, Spirit, when it comes to love. Maybe you're distracted quite easily. Maybe you get bored easily when it comes to love, your reputation. Like, you never stay with one person for long, or, you know, when it comes to the talking stage, you get bored really quickly, or you just have high standards, whichever one resonates for you. People may have never seen you, like, settle down in a connection because you're always bouncing from person to person, or you're like, no, that wasn't my type. Nope, they weren't for me, that kind of thing. Okay, fine. We'll get this card first, because, shoot. We have the Magician. Interesting. This is quite interesting for love. Maybe you're good at manifesting love. I mean, honestly, especially if you did find love at work, like people thought you were a mastermind, especially if you can work with your partner and you guys are successful, like stop it. You guys have a business together or they funded it and now you guys are co-owners, whatever you want it to be. Or maybe you guys do couple content because we have the Two of Cups and then we have the World. You do couple content and people see your love blossom, or your love could be an important part of your success story in your career. You know what I mean? But the Magician is definitely someone who's able to manifest whatever they want. You're able to get whatever you want, honestly. Or maybe it's like I was saying with the eighth houser vibe, men just throw money at you, you know? Or people are like, how you always get the fine rich man? What's up, sis? Tell us. And you're like, I don't know why they're just attracted to me. Eighth house is other people's money, not even yours. So if you're an eighth houser, people want to spend and give you money just because you there and you cute, right? Or not even if you're cute, they just want to give you money. Okay. There we go. I'm like, y'all taking forever. Forever and ever and ever and ever. We have the Hangman. See, I don't know. Maybe you're seen as a catch in love, but you're never like actually dating. Because then we have the Eight of Swords. Wow. Okay, so maybe you don't see how wanted you are. Interesting. Or maybe you're hung up on one person. That could be what's coming through as well, especially if, like I said, you're in a relationship already, right? Take these readings as they resonate. You don't have to be boot up. You could be, okay? The Hangman is things are off the table. You're off the clock. You cannot be reached, okay? You're in stasis mode where your phone is on Do Not Disturb, right? We have the Magician card here, which means you're good at manifesting anything that you could possibly imagine. So you could have manifested your perfect partner, you're living in harmony with them and you're like off the market, right? And then we have the Eight of Swords. The Eight of Swords here for my people who are not in a relationship are people saying maybe you hold your own self back from love. You know what I mean? Maybe you're too picky. Like I said, the talking stage ends too quickly for you. You don't give them a chance to surprise you. You know what I mean? To throw in a little razzle dazzle, right? So you're good at manifesting opportunities to find love, but maybe you don't pick them up or take them or grab them by the balls or, you know, snatch them up when they come because you could be too shy, too meek, too reserved, too closed off, too in stasis mode, or you don't realize when someone's flirting with you. Could be the energy. Like the Magician, like this person is magic. Everyone wants them. You know what I mean? But yet they're still single. How? You're a catch is what the Magician's saying. You're a magician. Like, what do you mean? Grab a man out of your pocket, out of your bag, out of your hat. What's up? And maybe you do, but it doesn't go anywhere. That kind of thing is coming through. Can I get one more card for their love life? Please spare their love life. Maybe you're fortunate to get dates, but they don't follow through. That kind of thing. The reputation in love. And we have the Ten of Cups. Very interesting. So like I said, for those of you who are, tied down, locked down, whatever you want to call it, Ten of Cups is married, booed up with a baby, emotional fulfillment, that kind of thing. Others of you in love, people do feel safe around you. They consider you the Ten of Cups. They consider you, like I said, you're such a catch. Why are you single? Is the vibe coming through for those of you who are single, okay? And dating. You know what I mean? You're seen as someone who, like, oh my gosh, you could have anybody that you want. What's the problem? Like, I would date you right now. But there's something here about you not seeing your potential, not seeing that you're a catch, okay? Not seeing your beauty, okay? And they're kind of like, what's the problem? You know what I mean? What is it giving? That song is coming through from Frozen. What's the problem, dear? Why are you holding yourself back from such a man? Is it the clumpy way he walks? Or the frumpy way he talks? Or the square shaped, pear-shaped weirdness of his feet? And though we know he washes well, he always ends up sort of smelly. But you'll never meet a fella who's as sensitive and sweet. See, that's what's coming through. That's so hilarious, guys. Like, I'm saying, people are put in your path, and you're like, you write them off before you give them the chance. Because they're asking Anna and, what's his name? Kristoff, why they're not together. Why does she not want to be with him? Before they know that she's engaged to be married to that, Slimy Franz or Hans, whatever the heck his name is. They're asking her, like, why are you holding yourself back from such a man? And they're asking, is it the frumpy way he walks or the clumpy way? No, the clumpy way he walks or the frumpy way he talks or the square shape, pear shape weirdness of his feet. So you're sitting here worried about like physical things, and they're like, and although we know he washes well, he always ends up sort of smelly, but you'll never meet a fella who's as sensitive and sweet. So he's a bit of a fixer-upper. He's got a couple of bugs. Like, and they say later on in the song, so he's a bit of a fixer-upper. That's a minor thing. Like, these things can be fixed and shaped and changed, but the person you are on the inside is who you are on the inside. So maybe this person don't look good enough for you. You could change that. Find them some new clothes, give them a makeover, and things can be different, right? But who they are on the inside is sweet. You know what I mean? He cares and loves Kristoff. He's a gentleman. You know what I mean? And that can be a thing. You, like, are always getting chances to maybe be with the good guys, and people are like, you know what? Nah, she's too picky. You know what I mean? Or she's waiting for that perfect 10 of Cups love. Could also be another interpretation I'm getting from this. You're a magician. You're manifesting that 10 of Cups love. And until then, you're blind to the BS. You don't want to see nobody. You don't want to date nobody. You're good. You know what I mean? You're keeping to yourself. Keeping everyone at arm's length. And then the hangman is like, you're in stasis mode. Even if someone were to come, you can't see them. You're not worried about them. So you're off the market, even though you're not off the market, is a vibe coming through, because you're waiting for that special someone. You're waiting for that 10 of Cups. The 10 of Cups is not settling for less. The 10 of Cups is waiting for everything you wanted on that wish list. Okay. So that's coming through for you guys. You're also giving someone who would make a great mother, a great partner, to have kids with. You're also someone who's very nurturing. Or you, like I said, when people are with you, they feel everything. They feel it all. You know what I mean? Very interesting. The magician is like, this is sorcery. How can she kind of give everything that I want? And, or this person. And then we have 10 of Cups, complete emotional fulfillment. So being with you is emotionally fulfilling when it comes to love, but maybe you're a little bit too picky and you kind of write people off, But that's how it is. You need to wait for what you want. Okay, let me not. But let me. Because too many people settle for less. You know what I mean? If you're not happy, you're not getting complete fulfillment, why am I with you, boy? And that's your opinion. And I'm here for you. Like, I agree. Yeah, so when it comes to love, you're a bit closed off or blind to what's right in front of you. It's also kind of giving maybe you've been friends with someone for a long time and you're not seeing what's right in front of you. If these squirrels don't stop. Come on now. Or like I was saying at the very beginning, you're very easily distracted. As soon as something new comes along, you're like, oh, wait, maybe this could be the one. Maybe this could be the one. You know what I mean? That kind of thing. Yeah, you have options. That's the Hannah Montana episode is coming through where she had to choose between Jake and Jesse. You know what I mean? He's like, well, he could be the one or he could be the one. Which one is it? And they're both catches, except when they try to make Jake cheat on her and him not be a catch to make her choose Jesse. You just piss me off. I'm like, Jake, I ain't gonna be cheating on her. Disney, stop it. Okay. At the bottom of the deck, we have the 5 of Cups and we have the 9 of Pentacles. So you're taking your time when it comes to love, right? You're not just going to be giving your time to anybody. You're not rushing into a relationship. You want to get to know someone, okay? You're going to ask them all the questions, cover all of your bases, okay? But also you could just be seen as someone who's picky, honestly, right? Anything else coming through for you guys? You're a catch. That's all I have to say. You're very attractive. You're a catch. People want to tie you down, but it's like you don't want to be tied down by just anybody. You want the real deal. You want the whole shebang, okay? And you leave people lonely or you friend zone them quite a lot. Or like I said, there could be friends in your life right now that have romantic potential, but you're not seeing it, okay? If that squirrel don't move, pissing me off. Anyway, let's keep going. Their reputation in the sheets, in the bedroom. Now we're going to get to the nitty gritty. Let us get to it. My group 2, please spirit my group 2. What is their reputation in these sheets when it comes to the bedroom? What are people whispering? What dirty little secrets can you tell me? Please spirit my group 2s. Wow, these are a few. Y'all hear them squirrels out there acting up? This is not your house. What are you doing? Like, they're literally ripping through. They're literally ripping through the AAA. You see, I'm about to go beat them scrolls up. They trying to rip through the net. Don't do that. Okay, let me get... Maybe you're a little bit feral in the bedroom. You know what I mean? You're a little bit feral because the squirrel has been not here the whole reading, and then all of a sudden he wants to come and he fighting and biting and all this kind of stuff. You're a little bit feral in the bedroom. You know what I mean? You're a little aggressive. Okay, so we have the Fool coming out for what you like in the bedroom. So you're very, you know, adventurous. You know what I mean? You're willing to try a lot of different things. Maybe you introduce people to the things they've never been into before, you know? Yeah, you're very open. Okay. Yeah, there's something here about you just, maybe, I don't know, maybe you're, like I don't want to say a bunny rabbit, but I'm getting a visual of somebody on top. Because you see how he's on top and looking down on somebody? So you could be at your best when you're on top, or people like looking up at all of you on them. Whether you're a guy or a girl, it doesn't matter. Both be on top. You know what I mean? Or non-binary, both, everybody be on top at one point or another. People like looking up and seeing what you're doing. Maybe you make expressions, or you're just like, I don't know, you're giving lively. You're a character. You're an actress or an actor. You put on a show in the bedroom, and they like that, you know? Because look at how the let me show you better. Look at how the dog is running behind him. Like, yeah, I'm gonna follow you wherever you go. You drop off a cliff, I'm jumping off a cliff. Okay. So you have like charm in the bedroom where you kind of like put people in a trance. I feel like, especially with this Magician card. So when it comes to love, you do put people in a trance, period, when it comes to the bedroom and just love in general. But it's like in the bedroom, it's like you take on a character. Maybe you become someone different, you know? Maybe you become like a vixen, right? Let's see what else came out. We have the Four of Wands. Wow, you guys are getting cute cards. Here we have the Eight of Pentacles. You'll be putting in the work. Yes, you do. You be putting in the work when it comes to the bedroom, right? You like to make sure your partners leave satisfied, period. Okay? We have the Queen of Cups. So you're also very emotionally nurturing in the bedroom. And then we have the Two of Cups coming through twice in different decks. Interesting. The Two of Cups and the Four of Wands is giving a dream come true. You know how people say, oh my gosh, you're such a dream. Like, you're a dream. Right? It's like, oh, are you, like, is this actually happening right now? This kind of came through group one. So, like, I feel like some of y'all are watching both groups. Stop being, you know, greedy. Okay. But thank you for watching at the same time. Okay. So yeah, maybe you definitely do that. You switch things up and they can never keep up, because the Fool is kind of like, oh my gosh, things are new. These things are refreshing. I've never kind of experienced this before kind of energy. You know what I mean? I'm, like I said, willing to follow you to the ends of the earth kind of energy, right? So Four of Wands is someone who's like very lively, because the Four of Wands represents celebration. It could also represent marriage, right? So maybe you guys wait until marriage to do anything physical with anyone, right? Or maybe each time feels like the first time. You know what I mean? That could also be coming through Eight of Pentacles. You put in that work, okay? You be oh my gosh, it's giving strong, sturdy strokes, okay? SSS. It's giving strong and sturdy strokes, just like boom, 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 like you're steady and there's force behind it and you just hit in the same spot over and over again. That kind of energy for my men here, if y'all be putting in them strokes, right? Or the girls, you know what I mean? But the girls, like, there's something here about a grip. Like, there's just like a grip that every single time there's some kind of, like, I just can't do it without getting too graphic, but you know what I mean. Like, every time there's some insertion, there's a nice grip there, and it's firm and supple and just like, oh, they just can't, right? That kind of energy in the bedroom is kind of like a dream. Like, I don't want to stop. You know what I mean? There we go. They wishing that y'all was married or whatever, so they don't have to be using no protection. That kind of stuff is coming through. Okay, but you're really like, you be in it. I'm talking about in it. Like, that's what's going through here. Yo, you be in the character. You be in the mood. You be in, like, the moment. Yeah, because I'm talking about in it. Okay. Now, we have the Queen of Cups. The Queen of Cups is an energy of warmth. The Queen of Cups is also an energy of wetness. So, you know what I mean? Warmth and wetness together. You know what I'm hearing? Anywho, y'all could be good at giving that go 3000. That's my word for it, because I can't say the actual, you good at giving that go 3000. That's what I mean by warm, wet, and firm, or whatever you want to call it, supple, where it's just like people see now you're doing too much now, because now I'm getting where someone just holds the back of someone's head and just like goes crazy, like whether it comes to whatever crevice that they happen to be inhabiting, whether it's of the mouth variety or the other variety, the more south variety. It's giving that you are sturdy and you can take a beating. Oh my God. Spirit, please spare me. Y'all are killing me. Yeah. No matter what's happening, what's going on, you can take a beating, okay? Or whatever you got going on, can take a beating, okay? So you like a firm grip. You like someone to be holding you tight, right? You want someone to like be, I can't, guys, I'm getting visuals and I'm just so upset because I can't like say it. See, I know when, I'm hearing hair pulling. So, okay, I'm getting a specific position, guys. Bear with me, right? Don't get me in trouble, YouTube. I'm trying to be. Okay, so when a guy is in behind and the girl is in front and there's some insertion in that, capacity. And he like lifts the girl up by the back of the head, right? He's holding her hair up and lifts her up to kind of connect his back. Her back is connected with his front and he's holding her hair and just like holding her steady. So he has purchase to keep like being firm and fast, okay? That's coming through. Yes, it is. So it's just giving a firm hold and like a lot of boom, 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 pounding. Okay, we're leaving it at that because okay, yeah. Yep. These are regular words people use in regular life. You two don't play in my face. Okay. Anyway, yeah. And then we have the Queen of Cups coming through here, which just like, I don't know, there's like a tease, and you have like an encouragement. So praise is kind of coming through as well, where you're kind of like, if they're doing it right, you're gonna tell them that they're doing it right. If they're doing it wrong, you may not tell them that, but I feel like when they're doing something right, they definitely know because you are vocal about that. So you can be someone who is, you know what I mean? Yeah, you're just open and free and just here, and you're very much in the moment. So you don't care about what's going on outside, whether work is going crappily, it doesn't matter. It's like two peas in a pod. You know what I mean? Whether you know this person, you just met them, you've been with them for the longest time, when y'all connect, it's giving soulmate, it's giving taking to another plane of existence kind of energy. It's giving tantric, if you will. You know what I mean? And then we have this lion coming through here. So definitely roaring and loud noises and things of that nature. So when it comes to your reputation, the bedroom is giving loud, okay? It's giving you could take a beating, right? It's giving firm. It's giving sturdy. It's giving, if I'm throwing her this way and that way, she's enjoying it and not upset. You know what I mean? You're an animal. You're fierce. That's that lion coming through there, right? But lions are also quite cuddly, okay? And you know what it's kind of giving me? It's funny how I was saying you're not in the moment, but you'll be ready for it, with the Fool card coming through, because it's reminding me of a video that I saw on social media where they say the lady lion walks around biting the male lion's junk when she's in heat. And whenever she wants it, she's going to pounce on him and get it. Pouncing is also a thing, if I didn't say that earlier. That's what I wanted to say with the Fool. You be jumping on it, hopping on it. You know the position when the guy at the bottom and you on top. I don't want to say the position, but you know what I mean. It has to do with rodeos, the kind of person who's on the feet. You're not on the knees, child. You're on the feet, and you're using the feet to like a jackrabbit on the bed, child. That's what's coming through here. You be giving your all, put on a performance, right? But also, it's giving when you want it, you're pouncing on them and getting it. They know when you want things, right? And it's like, yeah, this is the kind of partner I've been asking for, kind of thing. It feels like I said, soulmate level energy. That's the kind of emotion you bring behind it as well. It's like, okay, yeah, we're tit for tat. Okay, we're going band for band. We're going blow for blow, literally, okay? That position could also be a thing where blow for blow, you know what I mean? Okay. Anywho, yeah. There's something here about eye contact as well. Very intense eye contact. I'm also seeing that some of you may have some curly cues in the nether region, whether you're female or not. It's giving that as well. That's kind of coming through. But you're very much a temptress, right? It's giving succubus. You're sucking their soul, snatching their soul when it comes to the, your reputation in the sheets. And the funny thing about it is they may not even say anything to their friends or nothing. They're just like thinking, I remember that time when he, she, they, them snatched my soul, right? I'm also seeing the come hither motion with hands when they're in certain places. So that could be a thing. I got that specifically for same sex couples. So that could be coming through for y'all as well. But yeah. I was supposed to get some oracle. I just got lost in it. Yeah, they be getting lost, and I'm talking about in it. Like, stop playing. Like, we're going lick for lick. We're going blow for blow. We're going... Come on now. Okay. Here we have sense of place that came through for group 1 as well. We have pearl of wisdom came through for group 1. And Mother Nature also came through for group 1. Great. Mother Nature's kind of giving me a nurturer kind of energy. So I feel like after the fact or before the fact, you like... cuddling, eye contact, kissing, water, wet is coming through, okay? Sloppy. You're good at the kissing thing, the making out, that kind of thing. And just that sometimes, you know what I mean? Just that sometimes. I'm getting a little choky choke as well. Hands around throat is kind of coming through a little bit. Right, Yeah, just animalistic. Okay, next... talking about in it. I just keep hearing that. You be all up in there. Okay. Here we have divine feminine. Absolutely. Positively. Divine feminine. That's the succubus. Come hither. They know when you want it. And then we have generous spirit. So you are quite generous when it comes to certain things, right? And then we have restoration. Like life was breathed back into them after the fact. Even though they tired, right? Even though they tired, their whole soul was snatched. They're still like, I feel restored. So you give energy, you give life. Okay. Very feminine and very pretty. The Queen of Cups is definitely giving that. You can look pretty when you finish. You know what I mean? Or you like to dress yourself up in the bedroom, lingerie and all that kind of stuff. But there's a smirk about you where you kind of challenge them a bit to go, go bigger, better, stronger. You're taunting them. That's the word exactly. Like, that's all you got kind of energy. You're a brat, essentially. Okay. I'm gonna leave your reading right here. I hope it resonated. If it did, feel free to like, comment, subscribe, join the tribe. We'd love to have. If you would ever like to book a personal reading with me, you could always get in contact with me using my email in the description box below. But I hope you're having a beautiful, wonderful day whenever you're watching this reading. And as always, I will see you gorgeous people in the next one. Mwah. Bye. Hello, my gorgeous group 3s. Welcome to your reading. Today's reading, we're going to be getting into your reputation in the streets versus what in the sheets, or in the sheets, whatever you want to call it. So I was watching a reading by, I think her name is Hazel Lucia Tarot, and I've done reputation readings before, but her reading was like getting into your general overview, how you're viewed in your career versus how you're viewed in love. And I'm like, you know what, that's a cute spin on things. But of course, I don't want to fully copy her setup or whatever. I want to add my own spin to it. So we're going to be doing your reputation in the streets, which would be career and the general overview, versus in the sheets, which is love and, in the bedroom. So that's going to be last but not least. Okay. A little cherry on top for those of you who want to watch till the end, Anywho, let's get straight into it because I am on a time crunch and I gotta be out of here soon. Are you serious? Don't piss me off. Shoot. You could have a bit of a temper, or maybe you're serious. I'm hearing stick in the mud. Interesting. Or a stickler for the rules. Okay. Please spirit tap me into the energy of my group 3s. What is their reputation in the streets? The general overview portion. Their reputation in the streets. Please spirit their reputation in the streets. What do people think of them in general? Their reputation in general. Their reputation in general. We have the Ace of Pentacles. So when opportunity knocks, you're the first person to open the door. You could be someone who attracts opportunities very naturally. You're also someone who's very grounded, right? I'm hearing someone who's very rich in body and spirit. You could be a bit of like a a something file where you like things. You like buying stuff, you like to eat good places, you like to work out, stuff like that. You take care of your body. Your body is your temple kind of energy, because Pentacles is like body, you know. And I don't know why it's kind of like giving me a seed. It's like you have a routine, you stick to a certain routine, you go to restaurants, you work out right after, like that kind of thing. And that's kind of like a stickler to the rules. You have specific rules you follow when it comes like your healthcare regimen and how you work and that kind of thing. I'm also getting like self-care is very big for you as well. So self-care, taking care of your body, that kind of stuff is important. Making money is also very important to you. You love your money. Four of Cups, very funny. I believe this is at the bottom of the deck when I was shuffling and it came out. So I guess. This is, yeah, that stick in the mud, stickler for the rules kind of energy. You could become off as someone who's like, you know, too strict. You have too good of a routine. You don't like let loose or, you know, bend the rules just a little bit kind of energy. That's what you come off. This is a reputation. Keep it in mind, reputation. That's just what that is. It doesn't have to be true for it to resonate. If you know you come off very serious sometimes or standoffish, closed off, then this is making sense, right? Okay. Very stable and grounded indeed, though. Trustworthy, responsible, right? Earth sign qualities. Also good at making money, for real. We have the Crone of Cups, which is the King of Cups. So you're very mature, very serious. You're not someone people want to like double cross. We have the Seven of Swords. There's this air of mystery to you though, because the Seven of Swords is usually like being sneaky. There's a lot of things you do that people like are wondering about, but they'll never really know it because they're scared to ask you, I feel like. The King of Cups is like a very composed, I keep to myself, I'm grown, regal, you can't really come too near me energy. Like, yeah, you're my friend and everything, but there's like a space, you keep a fine line between maybe friends, business, and pleasure. You know, like, okay, we're business partners. No, I refuse to go out partying with you. That's what some people like adhere to. Like, oh, we work together. No, you can't see me out and partying because you're going to be the first one to come into HR or telling them, oh, this is what so-and-so does on the weekends. You're very private. I feel like the King of Cups can come off as someone who's like very much in his own world, on his own island, you know? Like she literally is in the card, on her own island, unbothered. So you can be someone who's like solitary or more like a lone creature. You don't like to socialize that much. Maybe your social battery is not that big. I love how we have the same kind of sun coming through. I'm getting big Capricorn vibes for you guys. Like, I hate that Capricorn stereotype is money, 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 and career and work and being serious. But I feel like that's the cross you bear when you're ruled by freaking Saturn, you know? So whether you're younger or older, you're mature for your age, you're someone who's quite wise. Like, maybe you have an RBF. You're someone who looks really nice. Like, you look sweet and you look like you're a nice person, but I feel like there's an air of don't mess with me, don't touch me, get away from me, I don't want to talk to you right now vibe that you can't carry within you. And people are kind of like, I don't know, unsure how to approach you, I guess you can say. Like, you look approachable, I feel like, but sometimes you're just like side-eyeing people, or maybe your face is very expressive. But sometimes people can be too composed, and that worries people, where you go out with friends drinking and you're not getting drunk like them. You're just sitting there stoic, the only sober friend, and that can be not even worrisome, but it's kind of like, do you want to go out with someone who's not drinking when the rest of you are getting crunk and getting drunk? Like, I don't think that's their vibe, you know, or your vibe, I guess I could say. You don't really like to tangle business and pleasure, you know? You keep a tight rein on your emotions, period. Because the Four of Cups and the King of Cups mean the same thing, I feel like. Four of Cups, socially removed, emotionally removed, disinterested. You know, King of Cups, composed. You're not going to see a great poker face. You're not going to know how I feel. I can control my emotions quite well, you know? And that could be something that scares people, especially if you're dealing with people whose emotions control them. You know what I mean? And then, yeah, the Seven of Swords is kind of giving, not you're hiding something, but there's a part of you we've never seen or we're never going to see. I want to know what it is because you keep it on lock. This is very interesting, okay? So overall, you keep to yourself. Work is very important. And I think work is the main part. At work, you're one way, maybe out and about you're another way, but when it comes to the overall view, you don't let everybody see that letting loose side to you, you know? So maybe you don't smile that often. Maybe you always look. Maybe some of you are older, because this is an older woman coming through here. But even the younger woman is kind of like, okay, like looking away, arms crossed, RBF, you know, eyes squinted, serious expression, aloof. She doesn't even know that there's a cup behind her being offered. But I'm also hearing like strict and disciplined. So yeah, Capricorn vibes or Saturn vibes coming through quite heavy here for you guys. But you're a grower, you're a nurturer, you're a builder. Like whatever you like put your time and energy into grows steadily over time. Because this is giving a seed, and the seed needs constant attention. You know what I mean? So it's giving, you give people your attention. You're there for them. You're not, I'm not saying you're mean or, like I said, standoffish, but you have the vibe emotionally when it comes to helping people and actually doing stuff. You're very open about that. Yeah, I'll help you do this homework project. Will you know about my love life? No. So it's giving, yeah, you're open, you're approachable. Like I said, you look very like, you know, serene and nice with the King of Cups coming through here and the Four of Cups, but it's kind of like people only know what you want them to know, and that can be like, you know, frustrating is the word, I feel like, because you want to know the tea, what's up? Okay, that can go up there. So your overall persona, very abundant, very responsible, very loyal, dependable, all those good things. A little hard to comprehend or get close to. You have a shell up. King of Cups, very compassionate, very empathic, but there's a line that you draw, and that's the Seven of Swords here, where you don't get too close now. Okay? At the bottom of the deck, we have the Page of Swords. So you can be someone who's always seeking knowledge. Maybe you could be a little bit of a student. I'm not getting an age, like in nature and mind. You want to know. You observe the world around you. You're very observant. Come on now, don't do that. Because look at how she's wearing a shirt with a smiley face on it. And people may see that and say, oh, your face is not saying smiley face, come say hi. Your face is saying leave me alone, but your shirt is there very much giving cheery vibes. So you could be a bit of a contradiction. Okay, group 3, please spirit. The reputation in the streets when it comes to work. How are they viewed at work or because of their work? How many cards? I guess this isn't more than enough. Okay, we have the Nine of Swords. When it comes to work, you think too much. You're a perfectionist. Absolutely. We have Nine of Cups. That explains it. You're a perfectionist, and it can lead to you overthinking. It can lead to burnout. It can lead to you staying up at night. It can lead to a lot of anxiety. So you want your work to be so well because it's a mirror of you. It's a piece of you. It's a, there's something about it being a of you. I guess we'll stick with it's a part of you. So you want it to be perfect. It's a mirror reflection. Yes, thank you. Your job is a reflection of you, you know, most of the time. And you want it to be perfect, especially if you're living your dream and you have your dream job. You want everything to be just so, right? You're rereading documents. You're rereading contracts. You're making sure there's no, like, you know what I mean? You are the, what do we call it? I forget what it was called, but you know, basically when we were learning about computers in school, there's like this, basically I think the modern version is called Grammarly, where you put your work into a computer database and it tells you all the mistakes you ever made. You're that when it comes to your work. You want to make sure you're not making any mistakes. You're a perfectionist in that way. You could be very anxious about your job because you don't like it, or you're anxious because, like I said, it's a reflection of you, especially if you're self-made and you have your own business. You don't want it to be seen in a negative light. Here we also have the Knight of Cups. So you love what you do, right? Emotional, no, sorry. I mean, yeah, emotional fulfillment is important for you in job and your job. You have to like what you do, which is why for some of you, if you don't like what you do, it leads to stress and like, okay, I'm up at night. Maybe you don't make enough money, so money could be a problem here. But I think with the Ace of Pentacles, I don't think that's the energy. But you know, we all, despite whether we like our jobs or not, if we don't like are not getting paid enough, it's like it's very stressful. How am I gonna, you know, afford rent? Especially if you have kids thrown in there. How you gonna afford rent? How you gonna buy the kids this for school? How you gonna do this? How you gonna do that? It can become a lot really quickly, right? But you think a lot about your work. You could talk a lot about it as well, because swords have to do with the mind and like speech. So you talk a lot about it. You post a lot about it. Nine of Swords. You know what this is giving me? This is giving me someone who runs like a, not runs, like you could run a website, but it's gonna be more so social media person, where you're worried about how many views your stuff is getting, and it keeps you up at night if this one video didn't do well, right? Or you put out this new product and it's not selling as good as this, you know what I mean? Or it's not selling as good as the other one did, or it's like you're losing money, you know. It's kind of like giving maybe frugal as well. That could be coming through. Sorry, I had to stretch. I'm also hearing, SpongeBob, you're spending all my money. Mr. Krabs from SpongeBob. So it's kind of like you are, yeah, frugal, or you're hesitant to spend money, excuse me. But you're a bit of a warrior. You're a warrior when it comes to career. With the Nine of Cups here, you're living other people's dream. Like there's something that you're doing in the work field that people are like, wow, like she's living everything she wanted to do, and she's also living everything that I want to do. It's kind of like I'm hearing your generation, not your generation, sorry. You're healing generational trauma. You're also like living, your ancestors, I should say, are living vicariously through you when it comes to work. Because maybe all they wanted to do was work. Maybe you work too much. Maybe you're a workaholic. Yeah, when you're at home, you can't sleep or relax because you're thinking about work. Guys, please relax, okay? But your ancestor is living embodiment of what they wanted to be doing as well. Especially if you're living a career where you're doing what you love. Nine of Cups, you could definitely have like a job when it comes to love. You could be like a matchmaker or finding people love. But the Nine of Cups is just an energy of love and chasing what you love. So when it comes to your work, you're doing something that you love and you're chasing it every single day and choosing it every single day. Is it easy? No. Most things aren't these days. Like you can't just get up and make money and be free unless you have money to invest or whatever, and the money's making itself. When it comes to like active income, you gotta act, you gotta work. Okay. Oh my gosh. I'm hearing a song, You Better Work, B. Like that's it. That could be you. Like you're always just thinking about work when you're not there. When you are there, before you go to sleep. You live and breathe your work. It's the vibe that's coming through. And it's because you love what you do so much. You want it to be successful. Especially if it's a creative field or, you know. Now I'm kind of getting tired. So maybe you don't sleep enough. Maybe you work too much. Yeah, okay. So I want one more card for your work. Can I get one more card for my group 3's work, please? How are they viewed? Your reputation at work. You could be an artist, some of you, because this is kind of giving me someone posing for a picture. If you can see it, this is giving someone posing for a picture. Or just sitting here like marveling at all the success they've made. All these cups can represent accomplishments. So you're very accomplished at work. But I feel like the more accomplishments you have and the more responsibilities you have, the more stress it will lead to. This is the first card that flew out. We also have 99. 99 can be important. I got 99 problems. But a B ain't one. And I'm hearing more money, more problems. So you could have like a lot of money. I don't even know what I was shuffling for. I guess work. So Chariot, yeah. fast forward momentum. This is giving a game plan. Yeah. So you're seen as someone who's going places because you love what you do. I'm hearing a song. That's why I went quiet. Hold on. Look who we are. We are the dreamers. We make it happen because we believe it. This is a song. I think it's Dreamers. Jungkook, or is it BTS? Let me look it up. Yes, it's Dreamers by Jungkook. It's a song he made, or I guess recorded, for the World Cup back in, so 2023? 2022. Wow, this song seemed like it was just new. Okay, anyway. So it says, look who we are. We are the dreamers. We make it happen because we believe it. Look who we are. We are the dreamers. We make it happen because we can see it. Here's to the ones that keep the passion. Respect. Oh, yeah. Here's to the ones that can imagine. Respect. Oh, yeah. Okay. Period. You're a dreamer and you make your passion like a reality. That's why you're so stressed, because you're worried about maybe everything's on your shoulders and you're kind of like, oh my gosh, what do I have to do next to keep this business afloat? Kind of energy. What do I have to say and do, and who would I have to talk to? And if you're a one-woman show especially, of course, and everything's on your shoulders, yeah, you own your own business. You started it from the ground up, blood, sweat, and tears and all of that. Absolutely. And maybe that's why you come off as someone who's like very like, like, I don't know, the word I can't really think about it right now. It's like, appeasing? No. Well-meaning. You look like someone who's well-meaning, but you're also like this very serious air. You're like, don't waste my time. I could be doing better things right now. You know what I mean? When I'm at work, it's just work. I don't want to talk. I don't want to play. I don't want to do none of that. Let's just work and get this out of the way. And then maybe if you get to know me and we become friends, and you can see my wild side. But as of right now, there's no wild side coming through. Besides the Chariot card, you're very passionate about what you do and you're willing to do anything, okay? And this is kind of giving traveling in the galaxy. You're not even on Earth. Earth is all the way back here. Earth is all the way back here. You are light years ahead of you, of the world. So that could be a thing as well. Maybe your work is very important and you're light years ahead of everyone else. Okay, now we're moving on to your reputation in love. We're going to be using a different deck or in a different segment. Your reputation in the sheets, okay? Period. We're going to do love then in the bedroom. So for my group threes, please spare my group threes. What is my group threes reputation in the sheets? Period. In the sheets when it comes to love. Wow. Okay. Are these how many? This is more than enough, I believe. That's way more than enough. Okay. Thank you, Spirit, because they know I gotta go. I'm like, how am I gonna make this happen? Okay, so we have the 10 of Pentacles. In love, you're looking for something serious. Strength, you're someone who is very tenacious when it comes to looking for love and what you want. So you're not going to settle for less. You're not giving up when it comes to love. Most people are like, I can't find love, I'm gonna give up, right? You're giving like, no, I want this happily ever after. I want this husband. I want this wife. I want this kid. I want this dog. I want this house. The same way you act when it comes to career, just fast forward movement, not even looking back or to the side, just focus, is how you are in love as well. It's the vibe that's coming through as well, okay? We have the King of Swords, but we have the Eight of Pentacles. You're putting in the work, yeah. Whether you're in a relationship or not, whether you are married or whatever, you're someone who's constantly putting in the work, okay? The King of Swords is a very serious energy, so I feel like no matter what you do, it's coming off as like just serious and no joke, stop playing, like, you know what I mean? So when it comes to love, 10 of Pentacles, you're giving wifey, hubby material. You're giving, I'm looking for serious relationships only, monogamy only, don't waste my time, thank you. If you do, you're going to meet the lion, okay? I'm harmless until provoked. I just want to find love out here. When you start wasting my time, then you're going to meet the claws, okay? That's the energy coming through as well. I do believe there's something here about you being like good at taming wild and wootless people. Okay? And what I mean by that is you make people who may not want commitment wish they were ready, because someone like you is like a rare jewel, a rare find. You know what I mean? People know when they team up with you or link up with you or have a relationship with you that is leading to abundance. Maybe because you have money, okay? Maybe because you've made something out of nothing. Maybe because you've made something out of them. You make them a better person when it comes to love. You make people better people, more mature, responsible people, more strong people, you know? More people with more direction than they had before they met you. Because you're that queen of King of Cups energy, and you're also this King of Swords energy, which is no nonsense, no BS, stop playing, okay? So you're known for being very truthful, straightforward, maybe borderline, not hurtful, but very blunt, frank. There's no need for me to mince words. I'm not here to, be your friend. Like, I'm here to find love. Are we going to find love or not, okay? You're also really big into mental stimulation. You're not here for the surface level kind of love. You're either going deep or not. We're talking about everything or talking about nothing. Like, what are we saying? You know what I mean? This person or you, let me stop. Who, not this person. You could also, or people see you as someone who likes, like, talking about books and literature and the newest shows you just watch and how that, like, pertains to the world and how it kind of, I believe every show has a message. Like, what's the message? You're, for fun, watching shows and, like, calculating what the message, the theme of the show was, or the multiple themes of the show was, you know what I mean? And then giving someone a quiz. You could sell, you like trivia, you know what I mean? You're good at it too. You're very intelligent, highly intelligent, okay? High IQ, what I just heard as well. So it takes a lot to keep you stimulated, especially mentally. So people understand that as well. The King of Cups is also a leader. He's also an instructor. He teaches people how to do things, He's a person you come to when you're lost and you need some kind of direction or advice as well, okay? You're also coming through with someone who could be emotionally closed off or hard to get to emotionally. You have, like, barriers put up, or it's kind of like people have to jump over specific hurdles to kind of get close to your heart. It's the vibe that I'm getting as well. You come through maybe overly hyper independent with the Strength card coming through. Or you, like I said, you just tame their beast and make them feel safe is what's coming through as well. There's 2 cards here about animals. We have the dog coming through here, and then we have the lion coming through here. So both of them, the dog, you know how men are considered dogs, you're taming that in people. So maybe you're the commitment friend. Like, as soon as a guy meets you, you could turn them from, like, a non-commit person to a commitment person. That can be the energy coming through. Like, I don't do serious connections, and then they're doing a serious connection with you. Because that's just kind of what you bring out. There's something here about you having high standards, okay? You only expecting the best from dates and partners, okay? You could be vetting them quite well. You could do background checks. It's kind of the vibe that I'm getting, but I feel like you're serious. You're deadly serious about finding love and connection, and you're not playing, and you don't want nobody playing with you, period, okay? But the 8 of Pentacles is, you're very serious. There's a process that you have to kind of, how can I say, pass? Vetting, like I said already, I think. There's a lot of vetting that comes into dating, you guys. And it's like, if you don't pass the test next, right? It's a very vigorous process. You like to get to the meat of people, the meat and potatoes. You don't want the appetizer nor the dessert. You want the meat and potatoes. When you're on a first date, you're asking all the important questions, right? You're someone who's also quite perceptive. So you like pick up on any slight mood in someone. Like, no, that doesn't make sense. You pick up on any slight mood change in someone. And if they're sad, you're going to pick up on it. If they're acting colder or meaner, you're going to pick up on it, right? If they're wasting your time, you're going to pick up on it. That part right there. Okay. The 8 of Pentacles would also be you work too much even when you are in a relationship, because the 8 of Pentacles is about working and mastering your craft. So it's kind of like you're coming home and maybe asking your partner, oh, just 15 more minutes, I got to finish this thing from work. And you're like, you was working all day. Like, I need my time with you. So maybe you spend a lot of time, like, talking about work to your love connections or just being about work. Don't talk about it, be about it. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. I can't wait to get you home. Okay, I think I already said mentally stimulating. You like to have like very intellectual conversations as well. You can be a little bit of a nerd too, is what I just heard. But still very serious. You don't play about your work and you don't play about your love life. High standards as well, like I said. High maintenance, high standards. That's what this strength card is giving me. It's like I'm not going to settle for anything. Or put up with you. Funny. I'm not your babysitter. Okay. At the bottom of the deck is the Four of Pentacles. So maybe you're a bit of a cuddle bug. You like being all up on your man or woman. Okay, or maybe you're very controlling as well. Very controlling, very possessive. This is also another card of like maybe frugality or like holding on to money. So maybe you don't want to go on big extravagant dates, but I feel like the Ten of Pentacles is giving that as well, but I don't know. Maybe you don't spend. Maybe that's the thing. Maybe you want to be like treated during the date and you're not putting down any money and that's on period. I mean, that could be a good thing for the women because women aren't supposed to be paying for like the first few dates, I've heard. And then there are men who, if you're not paying, that's a problem. That's a problem. But the Four of Pentacles is also someone who is closed off. So you are also a little bit closed off in love, or at least when it comes to like the beginning stages of dating. It's like, okay, I'm gonna keep to myself, and until I can see that I can trust you. Okay, so let's get to the part of the reading we've all been waiting for. Okay, ladies and gentlemen. The moment you've been waiting for. The pride of Mount Vernon. George Washington. Okay, I'm done. Anywho, let's get it. Your reputation in the sheets, in the bedroom, please spare for my group threes. Yeah, I feel like you are quirky. You're a character. But it takes some time for that part to come out because I'm at the end of the reading and now, I'm being more weird now. I could also be a little delirious because I've been doing, this is my third reading, but who knows? It takes time for your shell to come down, is what I'm getting when it comes to love. But you don't play no games. You're strict when it comes to love. You're strict about yourself. You're strict about your partner. You know what I mean? You may give them like rules and regulations. You can't go here. You can't do this. You better text me back. And as soon as they don't, you're quick with the cutoff. The King of Swords. You're quick with the cutoff. Okay. Ooh, we have 9 of Cups. Period. 9 of Cups for your reputation in the bedroom. I just heard chef's kiss. You could be a good kisser. I don't know why I'm laughing. I just got tickled. That is funny. I feel like I thought of something. Maybe you only attract older guys. Maybe you like your people seasoned or something. Or maybe you are seasoned in the bedroom, child. Because the way that I'm looking at this guy, and I'm like, the way his stomach is hanging over the belt, and he just looks like, yeah, I could take a bite out of that. That's the kind of energy. So you are very attractive. I feel like I'm hearing some of you are like supple. You're very thick. So in the bedroom, men kind of want to get you naked. I mean, men, women, whatever you want to call, whatever you're into. Okay. People want to get you naked quick to see your body. Okay. Strip teasing could be a thing as well. Or just teasing in general, period. Okay. Your reputation in the bedroom, please, my group threes. Maybe you make people nervous and give them butterflies because my stomach just is going crazy right now. And I just want to laugh. So maybe you're like a little unserious in the bedroom. You like to laugh and let loose. Because I feel like all this other serious energy, you need to let loose somewhere, group three. Please. I beg you. Like, you need to let loose somewhere. Okay? You could giggle, make jokes, very chill vibes. But 9 of Cups is the wish come true card. It's like having everything that you want, getting a dream. You know what I mean? And I feel like this is like a message. And we have the 10 of Cups. What the hell? The 9 of Cups and the 10 of Cups. Oh. Okay, so in the bedroom, you're everything they can want and more. With all this water coming through, I'm hearing, you know what men do when they're finished that women can also do, but it begins with the S and ends with the T. I feel like you guys can do that. And that's what people like. They're just like, like the way he's just sitting there like, yeah, I did a good job. Like you like make people, I don't know what it is. Like you make them feel like they did a good job. You know what I mean? It's kind of like they want to please you because you're like the teacher. You're this like madam. You're the principal. You're the boss. They want to like do good by you. They want to impress you. And when they do, it's kind of like, oh, I made her moan. Yes, I did. That's what that's what he makes me laugh. Because that's a funny way to look at things. Like, I just want to please this person. And if I can get like one moan from them, that's all I need. It's the kind of energy coming through here. This is funny. And then as soon as they do get that, we have the 10 of Cups here. Oh, you know what else I'm hearing? Stop. Y'all gonna get me in trouble, bro. I just heard, you know when people, okay, you know a pie? The phrase that comes with that, okay? The word that was coming through was when you breed some horses. Yeah. That's a term that was coming through. Some of y'all can have that kink, okay? And that's what this person likes. Y'all are nasty. I knew the ones that were buttoned up when it came to everything else was going to be a little nasty in the room. Because the 10 of Cups is, look, they made a baby together. What do you have to do to make a baby? Okay, there you go. You can't make a baby if it's all wrapped up. Look, we have the 10 of Swords. This is giving groveling, degradation could be a thing coming through. And then we have the Ace of Swords. So talking, vocal, instructions, being bossy. And I'm not surprised because, like I said, you're strict with the King of Swords coming through for love. At the bottom of the deck, we have the Empress. I want one more card. Please, Spirit, for my group 3s. I really gotta go soon. My group 3s, please. I feel like those influencers who are like, oh my gosh, like I only have 3 minutes to get ready with me. Maybe you, like, they have to hold themselves back a little bit because you got that grippa grappa. You got the grip 3000. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm ready to go finish right now. But you're kind of like, I wish you would. You better not, right? Okay, look at y'all. Y'all are, child, don't start with me. You know, in the bedroom, people are quite pleased, more than pleased, okay? Quite satisfied messing with you. And then here we have the 7 of Swords coming through again. Yeah, there's something that, like, you come out of the woodwork with something people weren't expecting. You know what I mean? You could say some stuff. You say some stuff. Like, dirty talking is crazy when it comes to y'all. It's crazy. Child. I'm also hearing foreplay, child. I'm hearing foreplay. The things you kind of like get the grease going before y'all get into the act. You know what I mean? So you could be texting them some stuff you're gonna do to them when they get home. They texting you some stuff back. Y'all was texting all day. Now tensions are at a high. They come home. You're still talking to them. All this kind of stuff. Y'all in the act. And now since they have been literally edging, could be a thing coming through as well. Edging all day. When it comes time to getting up in the grippa grappa, it's kind of like, okay, now I'm done. I'm cut the camera. Cut the cameras, cut the tapes, kind of thing. And you're like, I wish you would. Like, child, yeah. Y'all are talking people through it. That could also be a thing. You're telling them what you like and what you want as well. Look at y'all. I do believe praise is a thing for you. Like, you like to get it or you like to give it. Because I keep looking at the 9 of Cups and how this guy is just like, yeah, that's my man or that's my girl. Like, yeah. Yes, exactly. So praise, when you're doing stuff, getting praised for doing it is like, yeah, an aphrodisiac. The 10 of Swords is giving me crawling as well. So that could be a thing as well. I'm hearing Sing to Me Paolo from the Hilary Duff, not the Hilary Duff movie, but the Liz McGuire movie. And it's kind of like, yeah, do this, do that. So instructions could be a thing as well. You know what I mean? You're also a good teacher is kind of what I'm getting to. So this person leaves a interaction with you feeling more confident in their skills than, you know, when they met you. Whew, boy. Then we have this Seven of Swords coming through here. You have some tricks up your sleeve. You guys could be into like pain as well, is what I'm getting for you guys. Like the whips and chains and, you know, scratches and like whipping and stuff like that. Definitely. But the Ace of Swords, it's just more talking coming through, instructions, being like, I don't know, like y'all getting rowdy. I'm just getting visuals that I'm not trying to get right now. Like, I don't understand why I have to get visuals with these. I just want to say what I want to say and go. Maybe you are giving, I don't think you're giving wham, thank you, ma'am. I don't think so, but that could be a vibe for somebody here. Okay. 10 of Cups. Yeah, lots of liquids. You know what I just heard? Stop. It's giving, I can't, this is getting too dirty. Liquid going from your mouth into someone else's in a very derogatory fashion. It's like open up and then haktua, essentially, right? Okay. That could be a thing. It's just giving like dominance and submission is the vibe coming through here, real strong. You want that, you like that, or you want to be that. You know what I mean? It's like, do it like this, go here, start here, crawl to me. Like, I'm hearing ropes and tying, blindfolds. Like, y'all are a mess. But I mean, I feel like the button-up ones are the ones that gotta let loose when it comes to certain things, y'all. But I feel like you have a high pain tolerance because 10 of Swords is definitely that vibe. Okay? This person's like tired, tapped out. You drain them. You suck their soul out of them. You know what I mean? That could be another thing. Yeah. You suck their soul out of them, child. Okay? The Empress is basically everything that you could want, I feel like. And that's also 10 of Cups. And that's also 9 of Cups. I don't know what else you want me to say. Your body, like I said, the Empress. Very beautiful. So the way you look, your responses, I feel like your responses really get them, child. Or, you know what I mean? And look at how she's gripping the sword. Okay. Okay. So, yeah, that's coming through as well. For those of you who may be like men, you may have, you know, BDE, right? But it's not just energy, you know what I mean? And then for women, there's just something about the way you praise that. You like to worship it. Worship can be a thing coming through as well. Okay. I think I'm... Yeah, let's keep going. We're going to get some oracle cards. So I really do want to go for real. You could like quickies as well. I keep trying to rush. So maybe like delayed gratification or edging, or just like you like quickies and rushing through it as well. Or just like going fast tempos could be a thing. Some people like it slow. Some people like it, you know, not so slow. And here we have adaptation. So I think the thing that they really love are for men or people, I guess, your reputation and the streets, that you really adapt to your partner. I feel like as crazy as they want to go, as crazy as you're going to go. If they're going to be vanilla, you're going to be vanilla. If they want to be more chocolate, you know, milk chocolate, you're going to be milk chocolate. If they want to be dark chocolate, now you're going to be dark chocolate, you know? That's that 9 of Cups. They're just sitting there like, yeah, I can get used to this kind of energy. You know what I mean? Some of you could have like, this is the first card I've gotten where I'm noticing her skin tone. So that could be a thing as well. Here we have Veil of Deception. Why do we have the 7 of Swords twice when it comes to you in general? The 7 of Swords, when it comes to you in the bedroom, 7 of Swords. You have tricks up your sleeve. You're sneaky. You have to play too many games. Mind games can be a thing as well. 7 of Swords is the kind of mind games card, or a poker face or something like that, okay? But the Veil of Deception is crazy. Look at how she wants to scream and show up on the inside, but on the outside, she's looking real cool, calm, and collected. Y'all not slick. Bountiful Harvest is giving, they hit the jackpot, okay? Apple has to do with yiddies, and I feel like she has like a nice, good old pair up here. So that could be coming through. Some of you could be like more mature, like I said, and you tell them what to do and they like that, you know what I mean? Or vice versa, whatever, that's coming through. Telling someone what to do, being more mature, that kind of thing. I feel like if you like to be with people who are older, they love the youthful nubileness of your body. If you like to be with people who are younger, they appreciate a seasoned approach, you know what I mean? Interesting. But it's also like a lot of emotional fulfillment. So I feel like the fact that you wait or only go for serious relationships, because you know once you're serious with someone, you're going to be doing some stuff, right? And that's why we have the veiled deception and the Seven of Swords. They thought you were buttoned up and innocent until you got up in the bedroom and you the devil. Seriously now. You know what I mean? Okay. What cards are you pulling from next? We're going to pull from these cards and I really got to go for real, okay? For my group threes, please, Spirit, the inspection. There could be something here about that as well. Because he's looking real close to this apple. And what are apples supposed to be? Maybe you have an apple shape? I don't know. Temptation. You're very tempting as well. Oh, wow. Okay. So we have backwards is forwards. Yeah, the things that, I don't know, backwards is forwards. Your unorthodox approach is something that's coming through. Your reputation. They're kind of like, I never tried that before, but I tried it with her. Now I can only do it with her and all this kind of stuff. You know what I mean? I never thought I would like that. You know, I'm gonna say it. I'm getting backdoor play. That's what I was getting with the whole, this Seven of Swords here was giving whoop. The finger just ended up there and they're like, oh, you know what I mean? Because they, gosh. Because I'm not saying this from experience, okay? But I feel like some men say they don't like that. No, you kind of slip it in. It like makes them like want to finish quicker. So yeah. Overflowing wealth. So we have overflowing wealth and bountiful harvest coming through here. So yeah. There's something here about you having like a lot of body on you. Look at how she's doing this come hither stare. This person just wants to look at your body. I feel like that's a big thing as well. You have a really nice body. And they just can't wait to see it, you know, in front of them in the bedroom. And here we have tipping point. So this keeps coming through about edging or finishing. And like you're just there and then they stop. And you're almost there. You're at a tipping point and then you just fall over. Or, you know, they just finish quickly with you, right? Or they could last longer. It could be, you know, or maybe you know what y'all do. Anywho, I know I've heard, you know what I mean? When they finish quick the first time, they do a little yank, 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 and then finish. And the next time you get it, you know, they can last longer, right? Okay, that's all that I got for these cards, right? Overflow. And then look at how she's strangling the snake. And the snake's mouth is open. Guys, I'm screaming. Biting can be a thing as well. It's coming through. Because he wants to take a nice bite out of this apple up here. Yes, he does. This is quite a reading. Yes. Like this person like be screaming and they weren't expecting especially if you're a woman and you have these men really like just gasping and just like unexpectedly like making noises they're not used to making. It's kind of like, oh yeah, she rocked my world and more. I'm never leaving. Like she introduced me to some stuff that I never knew that I could like. I'm staying forever, ever kind of energy. 9 of Cups flipped over or tumbled into the 10 of Cups. Like, yeah, I'm settled here, right? Okay, so I'm gonna leave your reading right here because I really gotta go. I hope this reading resonated. If it did, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. Join the tribe. We'd love to have you. If you would ever like to book a personal reading with me, you can always get in contact with me using my email in the description box below. But I hope you're having a beautiful, wonderful day whenever you're watching this reading. And as always, I will see you gorgeous people in the next one. Mwah. Bye.